be fair, Dane, conversation started tonight. Tony's position is that black people, our upward trajectory and our upward mobility was more prevalent in the 1950s. I interjected into the conversation by saying we had certain opportunities prior to 1950. We had two global conflicts in which the majority of white men went off to war. That opened up a space for black men to have these certain opportunities given to us that traditionally or historically we did not have. And we went from that conversation and we've been moving forward. Now, y'all keep coming up here telling me what y'all think of me, man. Let's just have talking points. Because genuinely, I don't care what any of y'all think of me. Y'all don't know me and I don't know.
Okay, but real quick though, you keep saying that people are talking about what they think of you, personalizing it to you, when in all fairness, they were attacking your arguments and you were making it about you.
Right. To be honest, Tony, the discussion you and I had was about the black community specifically. We were entirely speaking about the black community. Now, when a white man come up here and tell me what I don't need to do, I'm gonna have an issue with that.
But Casso, Aftershock ain't white, and neither was listen. People came. You talked about black and brown. You continued to talk about unifying with black and brown, and when brown people came up here, you questioned their purity to even engage in the conversation. Right. That's what I'm saying. Let's keep it a buck.
He don't get, all black folks not get a pass, and he not getting a pass. I'm not having a conversation with a brown man who's cosplaying a white man.
Okay, boom.
Send me a real white man. Send me a real white man.
Yeah, Tony, I just wanted to say, I mean,
send me a real white man.
God, please, you get a chance to talk. Could y'all at least give the host some fucking respect? Please, bro. Please. That's the problem that I'm saying, Casso. And I asked you that before it happened. I said, who specifically are you talking about unifying with? Remember? And when I said to you, how can you do that when you, because you spoke about like-minded. I think this is what you said,
like-minded individuals.
Like-minded, right. And I said, so you saying only people that think like you. And you said no. People that understand like the priorities of the community and blah, 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 all that type of stuff. So why can't somebody else have a different point of view without you calling them a coon, a sellout, a bootlicker, wanting attention from white people, white this, all that other shit. And then you're going to come around and say you're trying to unify with people.
Tony, first of all, I don't use the word coon. That's too weak. I didn't call him a coon. What I said is I'm not dealing with a brown man. You didn't say coon,
but you get what I'm saying.
Right. I'm not having a conversation with a brown man who don't think systemic racism is real. If that's his position, I'm going to let him have it. I'm not debating a brown man, me as a black man, debating a brown man on whether racism and systemic racism is real. I conceded he can have that talking point. I don't want to engage.
So let me get it quick. So let me be quick. I'm gonna say real quick. So are you saying that if someone, let's say someone who hasn't experienced racism or someone who has not outwardly identified experience in racism says, nah, I don't think there's no racism. You're saying that rather than having a conversation and possibly enlightening them to something that they experienced they didn't know, you rather say, fuck you, you don't believe what I believe, I ain't talking to you.
No, that's not what I'm saying, Tony. I'm saying if he's a brown man, first of all, he's undermining the fact that black American people fought for civil rights legislation, and we provide him this, hold up, Tony, we provide him the space that he exists in. Anybody who came into America, we provide that space as black Americans. We fought for this. So he's not going to come here and undermine the struggle that we've experienced. Please don't do that while I'm speaking, y'all. I get it. I understand. But at least give me enough respect to finish my statement, and I won't speak over y'all. If he's a brown man coming into America or he immigrated into this country, I'm not going to sit up and let him tell me that systemic racism is not real. He's not going to undermine the struggle of my ancestors, my grandparents. My granddad was out there with that I am a man sign around his neck. I know what he was fighting for. What I'm telling you is I'm not having a conversation with a Mexican or a brown man who's pretending to be a white man and who's not acknowledging the fact that systemic biases towards black people exist. I concede to him. He can have it. He can have that position, Tony. I don't want to engage with him on that.
But you're saying he's...
I agree, but that's not what you were saying on your live. When in your live, you was up there talking about talking down on black Americans who's making a movement for us and only for us. You was up there on the panel talking about some black and brown unity with this fake ass unity shit. Now you up here speaking a whole different language. So please let me know where your mind is.
My position has never changed. My position.
Yes, you did.
I'm gonna respond to him. Listen. Again, I don't care. Again, we don't have to. Right, we don't have to speculate.
Halo, I'm gonna let you go.
But you want to sit here and talk about some Mexicans and shit now when you was just.
I don't care about how you feel about Mexicans, dog.
We got in our community.
Hold
on, y'all talking about? Tony, what we doing? Just each one of them come up here and crash out?
Oh my God, I don't want. Wait, how do I do that? How do you do that Showtime shit? Anyway, I'm giving Aftershock.
No, we don't need to do Showtime.
All right then. So then y'all at least let the host talk. Go ahead, Aftershock. He has the right to respond to what was said about him.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's hilarious how the person who has made the biggest excuses of, rebutting the exact issues that we're talking about, in this case, systemic racism, is the only excuse that he's been using is, you're making it personal. You're talking about me. I don't care about your opinion about me. But the only person to make personal judgments or opinions on somebody else has been him. He's the only one that has been said that you're not black enough, you're not brown enough because you don't agree with me, you're the one cosplaying as a white person, you're the one doing all X, Y, and Z. The only person to not engage has been him, and the only person to engage in racism is him, and the only person to specifically make judgment on others has been him, right? I specifically gave him the opportunity to not engage in that excuse by telling him systemic racism is bullshit. And no, like he said, I didn't say racism doesn't exist. Of course racism exists. You know how I know that that's true? That's exactly what my claim was because my specific argument was that the Democratic Party is the most racist entity right now. So how can I say both that racism doesn't exist and that Democrats are the most racist in the country? And so I gave him that chance. He didn't want to answer it because he's an intellectual coward. He wants to come up here and spew his talking points without any pushback. And if anybody who looks like him pushes back, he specifically makes it about race, all while trying to talk about deconstructing and destroying racism in and of itself, which is why my point stands. The Democrat progressive liberal ideology is the most racist and dangerous, corrupt and evil and ungodly ideology that exists today in America.
So which one is it, Casso? You about black and brown unity? Now you up here talking about...
First of all, my name. Listen, now we're gonna have an intellectual conversation, or I'm gonna give you give me a second. I'm gonna if you here to do some roasting, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to roast me. Hold up, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second because I don't want to be combative with you. I'm gonna allow you to say whatever you want to say about me. Now, if you disrespect me, I'm gonna disrespect you.
Okay, well, I'm not worried about you disrespecting me.
Go ahead and make your point. Make it point.
Well, I'm not making a point. I'm just confused on why you saying all this.
Don't be confused.
Can I ask you a question? Is
live? You were sitting up here talking about
Democrat, Republican, left, right. What's Liv?
You were talking a whole nother thing.
Hey, Liv, are you left or
right? Talking shit about black Americans.
I'm waiting until she's done.
Wait, what is Liv? Liv, are you?
I'm confused on why you switching up now.
Liv a Democrat.
Liv is a liberal.
Live a Democrat, Tony.
Okay, I want to saying that Casso's getting jumped and all that type of shit. That's not what I'm
just listening to him go on these tirades at the end of the day.
Extreme. He's an extreme Democrat.
No, I'm not extreme Democrat.
No, I'm talking about Liv, bro. I'm talking about Liv.
Okay. I want to say this to you. You can't quantify or question my blackness. Stop talking about black Americans to me. My whole family. Hold up. I don't want you to come about. Listen, I'm not here to argue with you. Again, I just let you speak, so I want to finish my statement. I know you like to I know you want to show your head. Listen, I'm not with all that.
And I ain't with it either.
Listen, all that ghetto wild shit, keep it. Now I am responding to the statement you made. Right. This is to the point. Right. This is the point.
Right. First world ass black American.
Right. This is the point.
So
right. Okay. This is the right, and this is
white tea supremacists. But you
right. Okay. And this is the point. Right. And this is the point where I respond again. Right. This is the point where I respond. Right. And this is the point where I respond.
Everybody can't hear when two people talk at the same time. So
exactly. This is the point where I respond. My whole family from the Mississippi Delta. I was born in the South. I always lived in the South. It's nothing that any of you people on this app can do to quantify my motherfucking blackness. I'm in the belly of the beast, and I've been in the belly of the beast. Again, my folks were out there front line in Civil Rights March. So ain't none of you motherfucking black people from up north or out west or Detroit, Chicago, or none of these northern cities gonna sit up and tell me I'm not a black American. My family from the Mississippi Delta, listen, I'm not gonna do that with your halo. You're gonna let me finish my motherfucking point, and then you can speak. Because I'm not the one. I'm not here to let you tell me off. Right. I ask for respect and I'm gonna give respect, but we can go either way with it. Again, my whole family from the Mississippi Delta, so you can stop all this black American
and I'm
shit.
from the South, nigga.
Exactly.
I'm
We good then. Right.
So
Both of us black Americans. We good.
I'm a Louisiana Creole.
Right. Hey, good, great, fantastic.
Okay, okay, hold on, wait. I don't even know where this went and how it got to you saying that people questioning your blackness, because all you've been doing is questioning other people.
I know who she is. I know who she is, Tony. My thing is this: why aren't we having an intellectual conversation? You're allowing people to take chance after chance to tell me how they feel about me. All this shit is a spiel based on how these individuals who I don't know feel about me. I think you're being a bit unfair in that. Okay. Let's have a real conversation.
All right. Nobody talk about how you feel about Casso.
Thank you.
I've heard people talking about your talking points, that you're being hypocritical. I've said that.
How am I being hypocritical? What did I say that's hypocritical?
I can answer that. I can answer that.
Bradley, what are you like? What the fuck is wrong with y'all weirdos on TikTok?
Hold on, wait. Let me get
a bunch of nerds on this app.
What's her name? What is the name again? Miss Chosen. The Chosen. Go ahead, because I know you want to curse somebody out. Probably me.
I'm trying to understand, but this man said that it's not about race, and then he said it's the Dems. And I'm trying to understand how every time we turn around and say something that's done wrong is by a Republican. And I'm trying to also understand how you all acting like y'all don't see it. It's blind man. It's Ray Charles. You know, Clarence Carter in here when he's talking about what the Republicans doing. I'm trying to understand how the fuck y'all saying the Democrats are the reason of evil. I can see if you said it's bad on both sides, but no one said that. They said straight Democrats.
Wait, what are you talking about? When we talking about racism, like the racists?
He was saying, this man right here was stating that it was Democrats, the Dems. Not it's both parties have bad, you know, because everybody got bad and good. So how you just singled it out to be just the Dems, and then what we're seeing in the news and in the paper, and you see it all day, every day.
But when you say the Dems, I'm trying to understand what you mean. What do you mean? The Dems what? Like, what do you mean?
She's referring to me.
But he was saying that all the Dems are evil.
No, he said racist. He said the most racist people. He said the racism.
No, but that's what I'm saying. How is that possible if the Republicans have both House and Senate, and they're the one making this 2025 bill? The Esther, y'all probably don't know nothing about the one that's out without no paperwork on it.
No, we know Agenda 47.
So, excuse me? What'd you say?
We know Agenda 47. That's what I know.
Bradley, I wasn't even talking to you, B. I'm talking to him. So I didn't ask you anything. So don't do that.
Okay, so you're saying that
I'm trying to be respectful to your lab before y'all say I'm not, because I can get just as disrespectful as others. I promise you that. But what I'm asking is a question to him, because he's so sure and certain that it's the Dems that's evil. It's the Dems that's doing things, but no one stated all the evil that's being going on with children and everything else in the news with the Republicans, because that's all you've been seeing.
Children, tell me.
You don't care about the 300,000 missing children? You don't care about the 300,000 missing children under Biden? You only care about these children today?
Yeah, everything is always under Biden. But
okay, yeah, you pick and choose what children you care about. All right, that's what I thought. You pick and choose what children you care about.
You know how
All right. Thank you, little boo-boo dog. That's what I thought.
You want to talk about what's going on?
I'm not talking to your ass either, because I can get just as good too.
That's all you want to do is fight, because that's your expertise. You can't debate.
You can save that shit for your conversation.
Y'all pick and choose the struggles that y'all want to
What I'm saying is, I don't give a fuck about sending you.
What is going on?
Fuck down.
Mute him, Tony.
Shit, and we bring your bitch ass.
Hold on.
With your messy ass.
Hold on.
Messy pussy ass bitch. Motherfucker was messy in that fucking
Oh my God.
Hold on. Chill. Please
you
respect the
red ass bitch. That's what's messy. It's your hairline, ho.
Yo, listen.
What you mean with that red ass motherfucker, bright red ass shit in your head up here?
Listen, I'm sorry, I can't do this. Y'all disrespecting my life. Listen,
wow.
I'm sorry, y'all. You can't just do whatever you want on my shit and just ignore me. I can't let that happen. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm saying y'all disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta control yourself a little bit, bro. How you doing? She speaks.
Hey, how you doing? First of all, Tony, I want to, shout out to the work that you're doing in New York, boots on the ground. going down to city council, the work that you're doing to move policy to affect fair housing across the board in New York, I think is amazing. And it's the real work the right way. And so when it comes to these discussions, I get a little discouraged when I hear all of the hollering and the cussing and the name calling and the party picking among Black people, when most experiences that we have had in our community, most of us have lived in predominantly Democratic districts. I grew up, born and raised in Chicago. I live in the South now. So when we start to talk about our experiences, we talk about the experiences that we have had the most. We talk about the things that we have seen the most. And it wasn't until I moved to the South where I was able to make a stark difference in between where I grew up, what the policies were in Chicago, versus how the policies in a red state are impacting or improving my life today. So I'm going to be the one to say I'm nonpartisan. I vote on both sides. I vote policy. My background is policy. I have a doctorate in public administration. So I understand that when we look at the policies and how they impact our community, sometimes when it's on the conservative side and there is more policy geared towards self-sufficiency, you then begin to see a lot of pushback from our people and saying that the policies that promote self-sufficiency are racist now because they're taken away from the entitlement programs that we relied on the most. Well, I can't tell you more than those entitlement programs has been the detriment of our community. So not being someone that's an elected official under fire right now for going up against corruption by Black people, I want to say that first, Black people, because most of the experiences that I've had in my adult life that were racist or biased came from my own people who were pushing agendas and who were gatekeepers in our community. So I want to say, to everybody, when we subject ourselves to accepting sides and pointing fingers, we then remove ourselves from a place of solution. When we make racism the basis on why we can or cannot do something, then we remove ourselves from being able to come up with hard solutions for each other. So just say if we took away the partisan politics, where would Black people stand today in terms of economic development? Where would we stand today in terms of wealth, the wealth gap, and addressing that? Where would we stand today in terms of affordable housing or creating affordable housing from not a party perspective, but from an economic perspective? And so when you look at the fact that we as Blacks don't own banks, and then we start talking about racism as if we are being disingenuous, the word slipped my mind, but we're somebody's taking something from us, but we haven't established it. It's just like when you look at the long list of medical providers, or how many brain surgeons do we have who are Black? How many neurologists do we have when we are Black? Because Black people didn't seek those careers. Now we say that there's racism in the medical field because we don't have Black brain surgeons. So for us right now, I just want to say we are the biggest problem. We're the biggest problem. And so before we start pointing fingers at racism, we got to look at religion and also this political spectrum that has divided us. So move all that out the way. Where's Black people today and how do we move forward? I land there.
Tony, can I respond to this?
Well, very well.
I really want to respond. I really want to respond to her statement. This is two Democrats up here. It's two Democrats.
Listen, I just want to make it real clear. The only reason why I dropped Halo and Chosen because of all of that noise and shit. Chosen, she disappeared because I was actually going to pull her back up as well. I was just asking y'all to please just bring that shit down because no one can understand anything that's being said when everybody's yelling and talking over each other. I don't do those types of lives. I'm just telling y'all, I don't do that shit. I actually want to hear what's being said. And I want to respect the chat so they can hear it. Go ahead, say what you saying, Casso, then go ahead, Halo. Go ahead.
Okay, can I say something? Because I ain't correctly say something. You know what I hate?
I say Casso.
Come on, Casso, let me talk. Let me talk.
I don't care if you talk.
Let me talk. You know what I hate? I hate people that come into our communities and come to a first world class black people and try to down talk us as if we ain't the richest melanated people in the motherfucking world. You want to sit up here and talk about what the black Americans don't have? Well, why the fuck is we doing better than a lot of these motherfuckers that's fleeing to our motherfucking country?
True.
The fact that you would sit up here and say, well, we don't have and what we ain't fucking doing, that's the same energy you need to take to these fleeing motherfuckers that come up in here in our motherfucking country and think they gonna tell us how to fuck live. When I'm talking, I didn't interrupt you.
No, Tracy, she responded to me.
No. That's just how she talks. That's how she is.
I'm just aggressive and the passion.
Just talk like that. She's not talking at nobody.
So when you sit up here and you talk down on my community and tell us what we ain't fucking doing, and then you want to sit up here and put a blind eye when these motherfuckers flee over here to sit with us, it's a reason why they're coming over here to sit at our fucking table. Because we got shit they ain't got motherfucking got. And the fact that y'all always think that we gotta be perfectly clean and we gotta be this spicky span motherfucker with no wrinkles, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't no ethnicity perfect. The fact that you would down talk our people and let these motherfuckers in like you don't see a spot nor a wrinkle in these motherfuckers, it's crazy to me. We the first melanated people with the most inventions. We motherfucking invented so much shit. We done invented a fucking place for them to flee to. They didn't flee a motherfucking thing for us to flee to. They didn't flee a motherfucking thing. These motherfuckers coming over here to be us. And the fact that y'all keep saying we ain't got shit, that's pissing me the fuck off. Because a lot of our people got shit. My people own restaurants. A matter of fact, Obama came to my people's restaurant over there in Indianapolis, Indiana. He ate at my people's restaurant, even though he a fake ass fraud. Even though he didn't even know nothing about no soul food, but he brought his ass over.
Let me say one thing before I give it to Casso. Hello, let me give it.
Motherfucking people restaurant.
I just want to say one thing before I give it to Casso. The comments, it show how hypocritical y'all really is, because when I said and anybody else say the same thing about Jasmine Crockett, y'all call us piece of shit sellouts, and she a black woman just like Jasmine Crockett. So keep that same energy with Jasmine Crockett when we say she should have certain decorum.
The thing is, a lot of them don't know nothing about fighting. These people don't know nothing about our leaders to how they got on them stands and was really talking. A lot of us motherfuckers, like Harriet Tubman, you think she was soft-spoken when she was pew-pewing them motherfuckers down to get the fuck away? A lot of you motherfuckers ain't got that warrior spirit in you. So a lot of you motherfuckers don't know nothing about having a voice for real. That soft-ass spoken shit ain't getting you no fucking where, because ain't nobody really listening to it. That's why a lot of you motherfuckers get ran through and motherfucker, one ear, you say something, it go out of one ear and out another, bitch. None of you motherfuckers stand on shit. You don't want to sit up there and talk shit, but a lot of our leaders talk like this. You better listen to Malcolm X. He said if you got to choose violence, then that's what the fuck it is. So you motherfuckers want to come up in here with this very demure, very decorum. Bitch, I don't stand like that. I'm a warrior for my motherfucking people, and I'm going to stand in that motherfucker for my people. Because a lot of times, you ain't finna just use your words. Sometimes you got to use your fist to motherfucking fight. And if you soft on that shit, that's on you. You a soft ass bitch. You don't stand for shit.
Okay. All right. I don't know if that was.
Don't sit up here and talk about my people.
My dog K, appreciate that, Brody. Appreciate that, brother.
What the hell?
Sitting around talking about my people like we ain't shit, like we need to do better. Yeah, we got some things that we need to fix, but it ain't like these motherfuckers that's fleeing over here with the same skin color at us. I'm tired of y'all talking about my people.
Okay, I hear you.
What the fuck we need to do?
I got
what the fuck they need to go home and fix their homeland?
Come on. Okay, I hear you.
That bitch.
Casso, go ahead.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna respond to what Doctor said. We need to understand one thing, because one thing about me, first, I'm not soft spoken, and I'm with all the violence shit if necessary. But one thing, right. I just let you do that whole thing, and I ain't say nothing, not one word. Again, Doctor said, I think it's important as black people for us to not allow black accountability to turn into white empowerment, because everything you said, you masked it as if you were trying to have accountability for black people. I would like to get through my statement, please. I'm not really here to dispute it. I just want to make my statement based on what you said. You used black accountability as an empowerment.
No, let him talk, please.
For real?
No, I want to know who he's talking to. I want to know who he's.
I'm not responding. You
not talking to you. Please, let him talk. Please.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't know you.
Okay, well, good. That's all I'm gonna ask you.
Okay, fantastically. Thank you. I like to get through my statement. Just listen to you say motherfucker 42 times. Again,
Okay, the
doctor,
motherfucker done had that on
really, for
44
real,
times.
Tony, you see
44
how
times.
I'm giving respect on your space, man, and these
I'm
people
sorry,
been completely
Halo.
out of line with me, and you know I don't rock. Come on,
No,
Tony, I respect you now.
just go
Again,
ahead.
Black accountability, doctor. You guys have turned it into white empowerment. Everything you said out your mouth was to empower white people and to pretend that black people are some sort of class of degenerates who depend on handouts from the federal government. You made a statement. You said there's not enough black brain surgeons, and then we complain about dealing with medical racism. Last week, 2 black women were rejected at hospitals, at white hospitals. One of the black women had her baby in the vehicle. Another black woman had the baby about 12 minutes after they finished the intake form. For you as a black woman to sit up here and say that black women specifically aren't dealing with a system of medical apartheid in America, knowing and understanding everything that black women have to deal with when they walk into a hospital setting, not only do I think that's absolutely disgusting coming out of a black woman's mouth, that tells me that there's a strong level of anti-blackness in you that will allow you to dance in front of white folk in a way that I can't understand.
Hold
Now, when
on.
it
I
comes
thought you weren't
on,
making this
when
personal. I thought
you're
you
right,
weren't
I
doing that.
retract that
Let him
last
keep
statement.
talking. I'm gonna
I
come back
retract that
for
last
him,
statement.
Tony.
Right,
I'm
it's
big enough for
right,
him.
right. When it comes to dependency on the government, black people have never depended on the federal government. When you make statements like that in front of white people, you empower them to believe that they have what they have because they worked hard, and everything that black people have is because we asked the federal government. When it's actually on the opposite. White people have been subsidized by the federal government in every way that you can imagine. Every time white people make a claim or ask the government for something, the government responds to it. The white farmers right now are not pulling themselves up by their bootstraps. They're waiting on the federal government to send them a big fat check, doctor. So when you talk about dependency and black people, that shit don't go with us. The only thing we know as black people in America is to be resilient and to make do with what we have. So you saying that we're sitting back waiting on something as black people, you couldn't be farther removed from the truth.
I
Black people
think
are
what was
the black American people are the most resilient people on this side of the Atlantic Ocean, and it's not even close. Nobody else is close to us. We are the model minorities. Minus black people, Asian Americans wouldn't have anything. They wouldn't have this, they wouldn't have access to proper education, and they wouldn't have the money. Asian Americans exploit us. The model minorities are made possible because they exploit the black community as well. This is a fact.
Well, the fact is that you off topic, way off topic, and all over the place. You like to take sound bites and use them to go against and tell me I'm anti-black and that I'm upholding a white agenda. When what you said about the women being not being able to get the care that they need in the hospital had nothing to do with educational attainment and the data that shows we are not trending in the area in that medical area. Basically, that's all I was talking about. But now you want to diminish resilience of black people with oppression. Either are they resilient or they are oppressed. Which one is it? Because I need you to choose a side. I need you to choose a side now. Because
Listen,
what you're doing, you're doubling down. You done talked about Asian people. You done talked about all these different subjects to try to make yourself look like you're intelligent and that you know what you're talking about. Well, if you're going to mimic, if you are going to debate anything that I said, Casso, stay on topic.
right
What I
again, and
said was growing up in a Democratic stronghold city, moving to a conservative state, I now have something to compare as to how policies shape our communities. That's what I said. I also congratulated Tony on being boots on the ground for standing up in New York about a housing policy that's slated to impact regular homeowners. And then I segue into talking about the difference in Democratic policies and Republican policies. Now, I also said that I'm nonpartisan. I vote on both sides because I look at the policies to see if these policies are going to be something that supports the economic need of that community in that term. Because we know sometimes some policies, they change 4 to 8 years, depending on who's elected and what party is in control. But what you're not going to do is sit up here and act as if I'm giving white empowerment
Right.
because you're talking about, I'm saying something that's related to women not getting the medical care that they needed. That was absolutely wrong. What I am talking
Tony,
about.
okay, I have to respond to you.
I'm
I
talking
have to
about,
respond to you.
No, but you just responded.
No,
just
I have to
respond.
respond. You trying to do this
No,
long read.
no. You're not going to interrupt
What do
me,
you?
Casso. I'm going to finish what I say and I'm going to land. You're not going to tell me that black people are resilient, but then you turn around in the same breath and say black people are subject to white oppression. Which is it? If we're resilient, we're not subject to white oppression. If we're resilient,
Okay,
we're
now this the point
overcomers.
where I respond. You're gonna let me respond. I just listened to you for about 5 minutes.
You're
Not
gonna
telling
stay
me
on
shit about how you
topic of
feel
what I
about me.
said, though. Don't put
Now I
words in my
respond.
mouth.
This the point where I respond to you. I'm not your motherfucking son, and you're not gonna sit up and read me for
Cuss
5
at me.
minutes.
I did not use not one. Listen, don't cuss at me.
Again.
Do not cuss at me.
Okay, what up? All right. Okay, man. Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
All right, let's
Okay,
just have a
ma'am.
conversation while Tony going. Let him respond, Doctor.
God damn.
Thank you.
Again, you don't know how to do shit but empower white people. The first thing came out your motherfucking mouth was black oppression. That's white empowerment. I ain't saying shit to you that highlight no black oppression. You got to be out both sides of your motherfucking mind and take oppression from what I said. Let me finish my statement. I listened to you for 5 motherfucking minutes praise white folks. Again, I said black people are the most resilient people on this side of the Atlantic Ocean. I'm talking about pregnant black women. You think that's a fucking oppression because a pregnant black woman stand up in the hospital, tell the nurse that her motherfucking baby about to drop? That ain't oppression. That's hatred. The first opportunity you got, you said some shit about black oppression to empower white people, make us look like we need something from white folks. I said we're the most resilient people on this side of the Atlantic.
We're not oppressed.
And I pointed out last week that 2 black women experienced medical apartheid in this country. Nobody says shit to you about no black oppression. Don't play with me and don't undermine my statements with them bullshit ass Republican viewpoints that y'all have. I don't speak about black oppression, so don't pin that shit to me.
Wait,
that's all you talk about is the white man and black oppression.
Hold on, didn't you just say medical apartheid?
He don't know what he's saying.
Y'all think oppression is black women in a medical setting who need assistance in the act of giving birth? That's not fucking oppression. That's criminal.
Hold on, wait. See,
this shit just get too monkey for me, man.
Let's not play semantics. I'm not even saying I disagree or agree. I'm just saying though, if you're talking about medical apartheid that's being experienced by black women, then you're talking about oppression. Just stand 10 toes down on it.
Right, Tony, y'all got it. Black women experiencing these issues in hospitals, that's them acting oppressed. Y'all right. That's black women acting oppressed.
No, what you just did, brother, was an emotional response. What I said to you is that don't say something and then try to remix it and say you didn't say it. I mean, now how people take the word oppression, or you feel like feel oppressed. No, you said that black women are experiencing medical apartheid. That is by definition oppression. Is it not?
Tony, when I speak about black resilience, I'm gonna level set the conversation because we had a good conversation today. When we speak about these certain things, when I speak about black people being resilient, if you get hit by a car and you break your arm and you go in the hospital and you ask to have your arm repaired and they tell you no, get out the hospital, does that take away from your resiliency? Because you went to a hospital and needed medical attention. Does that take away from Tony L's resiliency? Tony break his arm, go in the hospital, and they reject you. That's the same thing. Black women going into a hospital, being denied the service that they deserve. How does that take away from them being resilient?
Okay.
It doesn't take away from them being resilient. It's what you deserve as a human. You deserve to be treated in a hospital setting. That's not oppression. That's neglect and that's criminal activity. And people should be held accountable when black women end up unalived in the hospital setting.
Wait, what?
But that had nothing to do with what I said. But you can go ahead on and take your rant. Because it's all you do is emotionally rant. And then you blame people.
Doc, please stop undermining my conversation, though. I'm not going to undermine you. Don't undermine me.
You name call. You call us white lovers. You call us all kind of names because we think differently from you. If I had to depend on black unity, it wouldn't be with you. It wouldn't be with you. Because it's like you want to lead people who are woke to a blind space.
I agree with you. We probably wouldn't be the best.
No, we would not. Because at the end of the day,
y'all gotta understand one thing.
Black people.
Right, that's fine. Y'all gotta understand one thing. Regardless of how y'all feel about me, I'm gonna put people.
Why do you keep saying how?
Because they're Tony. They're telling me how they feel about me.
I'm sorry.
She's literally telling me how she feel about me. I can't respond to that.
But you're saying the same things about her. Right? You're talking about her.
What did I say about her? I spoke on her position. I spoke about the statement she made. I never said anything about her personally. I don't know her personally.
Picasso, you did not speak to what I said. You spoke to what you heard and
I
what you
spoke
wanted
about
to
black
say.
dependency. Hold on. I spoke about black dependency. I spoke about medical apartheid, and I spoke about black people being resilient. I'm confused. When did I attack you personally? When did I speak on you personally? I didn't say she was a white lover.
But what you said didn't have anything to do with me doing the educational attainment of black people in the medical field. What you're talking about in separate is an anecdotal situation where two women were disenfranchised by a hospital, and that hospital needs to be dealt with. So you're not going to make me insensitive to the things that happen to black people because by systems, not just hospitals or white people, by systems, period. Because all systems are not white. I just want you to know that. Most systems that we encounter, Casso, are black ran. Black mayors, black police chiefs, black school superintendents.
Tony, this is white empowerment. This is white empowerment. I'll land here and he can have it, Tony. That's the white empowerment I'm talking about. She just said black women don't deal with medical apartheid. The two black women last week.
You lied on me.
Give me a second. I'm not lying. You just said. Give me a second. Give me a second to respond. Right. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second to respond.
You can say that. Why you say?
Hold on, Tony. Hold on. Give me a second to respond. This woman just said that the two medical experiences last week were anecdotal experiences. That's her saying that it's not a system. She said they were anecdotal experiences.
And I came back to us. Oh my God, this man don't. I would need for you,
Tony. What is an anecdotal experience? She's saying that medical apartheid is not real. Those experiences were anecdotal. That's exactly what you're saying.
Can I answer?
Go ahead, Tony.
Somebody giving an anecdotal experience does not mean that they're saying that it does not exist on a larger context. She's saying that in this conversation, you introduced an anecdote, basically to make a point that she wasn't even arguing.
How can I introduce an anecdotal experience? It's not my experience. The two black women who experienced what they felt, that's not my personal experience.
No, what did it have to do with what she was talking about?
She said that those black women had two separate anecdotal experiences is not systemic bias or systemic racism. That's her point.
I never said that. You said that. I never said that out my mouth. Now you're not gonna lie on me.
Words in her mouth. Listen, I'm being listen, bro.
Chat, did this woman just not say anecdotal experience? She's lying.
Things that weren't said. Listen, hold on. Listen. Okay, look. This is the problem. Like when we say that we hear what we want to hear, she didn't say that shit. She didn't say it.
Tony, what did she say, Tony? What did she say? Did she not speak on anecdotal experiences?
And what's your next step? So because she spoke about an anecdotal experience, you're saying that she said that oppression of black women in hospital doesn't happen? That's what you're saying?
She right. It was just an anecdotal experience. Black women don't deal with that in the hospital. She was correct.
So,
it's anecdotal.
I'm not
oh my God. Wait. Hold on, bro. Wait.
Tony, this the Republican thing. Y'all like to spin it and play with the words.
Bro, oh my God. Listen. So if we're talking about like police bias, and I'm telling you, and I bring up a situation that I went through with a cop, and then you say, well, that's your anecdotal experience on something that you went through. Does that mean that you're automatically saying that racism in policing doesn't exist?
No, that's not what that means.
My personal experience into something, or
I agree with you, Tony.
Personal experience.
I agree with you, Tony. That was not the context in which she was using anecdotal. I agree with what you're saying. That's not her context.
So overall, let me say this about this experience with women, especially that's happening in Georgia. And I'm on a committee right now to work on legislation for maternal health here in our state because of what has happened to women. But we only talk about maternal health in one frame. We only talk about it, and I'm going to use the word anecdotal, when something happens in that form. But we're not talking about maternal wellness of women prior to them making a decision to unalive their children. We're not talking about a maternal wellness when we're talking about mental health, post-traumatic stress disorder, and all of that, these health needs from women. That's not a Democrat nor Republican issue. That's not just a black or white issue in most frames, but the ones that is impacted the most in certain states seemingly are black women. So, Casso, do not use these conversations to try to bait me into something that I don't care or I don't believe or don't believe black women are supposed to have. This is why I say when you start talking about politics, we get divided because we can't even talk about the real health issues or health crises in our community that's not susceptible to racism. Don't nobody tell us to sit at the table and eat all the foods that give us high blood pressure or renal failure or things like that. We got to start thinking in terms of the things that we can change as a people. And I'll say this in our land. When I listen to you on these platforms, I really want to believe that you care about black people so much. But because the things that you say about black people and how you limit black people to only black people, and like black people are not supposed to go outside of the realm or of black people, to me, you're leading black people in the wrong way. You're leading them to a place to crash and burn because the world is not all black. And when you look at and you start talking about systemics and you start talking about data, if you look at the data, then you start understanding, knowing that when it comes to black efficiency,
all right. I get how you feel about me.
Can I hear from Liv?
All right. I'm tired of y'all telling me how y'all feel about me.
Can I hear
Just
from
move
Liv?
the fuck on.
Can I hear from Liv? The people. Go ahead.
Damn.
Yeah, I just point out that a study from Brown that shows that conservatives lack the mental acuity to be able to see progress. They just don't. They functionally don't have the level of intelligence that it takes to interpret policy.
Fuck out of here. Sorry, not interested in this shit.
Well, I mean, what did he say that was wrong? What did he say that was wrong? Doc going on his tirade about accountability. She want to speak about ABs. What Tony? I don't talk about AB, but my position is this: when you look at mass incarceration and the way that our community, the black community, has been impacted by mass incarceration over the course of the last 160 years, how many black children have we been denied because black men have been incarcerated? Mass incarceration. So when y'all talk about ABs, you have to mention mass incarceration. Now, conservative ideology is all about law and order, criminal justice. The conservative ideology is why black men experience mass incarceration here in America.
That is a lie.
So when you get
that's completely
that is a lie.
Again,
that is a lie.
now
Hold on, y'all. Come on, y'all. We got it. It's only him over here, him and Scrap. So we got to at least let him finish so we can talk, y'all.
Let the man just talk. I actually want to hear you dig into that. Like, could you explain what you're talking about? When you say the conservative ideology that
I'm saying that black men
incarceration of black men, is that what you said?
Black men being unjustly incarcerated, taken out the home, has made some sort of contribution to the stalemate created within our birth rate. Now, over the past 25 years, our birth rate has picked up. Our birth rate is up. Our black birth is up 33%. The black population has increased by 33%. Sorry, over the last 25 years.
Due to the influx of black immigrants.
Partially.
No, it's because of black immigrants.
Partially. I wouldn't say completely. There's no open border policy for black immigrants into America.
Yeah, there's no open border policy, but there's a direct correlation to the influx of black immigrant groups into the marginal increase in the black population.
It's made a difference. It's the same conservative talking points with me. No ABs. I would encourage y'all to do.
We'll dig into that later, but I've looked into that. You know what I'm saying? So I just would like to just be factual on stuff. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Well, I'm not, but we could dig into that later. But anybody that puts coon emojis in the chat, you're immediately blocked. Just so you know. Go ahead.
Can I respond to a couple things?
I got to do that in mine too.
Listen, man. There's no way I'm the only motherfucker up here who on the left, or y'all can sit on the left. No, on, y'all gotta chill.
Is it true?
Go ahead and speak. Y'all got it. Go ahead and speak. Y'all got it.
Who's on the left up here?
Bring Liv. Why you drop? Liv was on the left, Tony.
Nah, he came up here talking about that conservatives have low intellectual capacity. Like, fuck out of here. I told you I don't do that bullshit, bro. Right. I don't do that bullshit. If you came up here just to call everybody in the panel stupid, get the fuck out of here. I don't need followers. I don't need views. I saw somebody in the chat was like, let's go, chat. Please, go. I don't need y'all in here. Now, who is on the so-called left up here?
I am.
I am.
Oh, so then you got 3 of y'all up there. Okay. And I'll shut up. And I'll let whoever conservative, right, whatever you are, say what you got to say, and I'll let you.
What's the topic, Tony? We still on the why the black community, why should they support the Democrats?
That was my question. I just don't know.
Yeah, well, I'll respond to a couple of things that were said a little bit ago, along with the ones
Don't make it
said.
personal. But don't make it personal.
Oh yeah,
let's stay off the personal attacks, man. Let's just get to it.
I've never made a personal attack at all. So 3 things that I was going to say. A while ago, they were talking. Casso was talking about the case with the white farmers, not Casso. Oh yeah, Casso. Yeah, Casso made the case about the white farmers not being able to be pulled up by their bootstraps. If that's the case, then why did Joe Biden in the American Rescue Plan specifically give only black farmers or socially disadvantaged farmers money, but not white farmers? The second thing is I've looked into these two black women that got rejected at the hospitals. The fact that it's not proven that it's because of racism. The same thing with the incarceration rates as well. None of these can be proven because of racism. I challenge you to give me any kind of intent proven because of these kinds of things. And also, the incarceration rate is also a complete deflection from the evils of abortion that you cannot answer. Why can you not answer about the abortion rates among the black population? And also, the black population rate that you specifically cited, I can't find anything on that. They've went from since 1990. They went from 12.1% to 14.4% in 2023. So I don't know what you're talking about there.
I'm not Christian, so in terms of your faith, it doesn't mean anything to
When
me.
did I bring up my faith?
Again, I just let you speak the entire time. I didn't.
Who brought up faith?
I just let you speak, and I did not
then
interrupt
answer the
you.
argument.
Again, I just let you speak. I let you complete your entire thought. I let you complete your entire fucking thought.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't care about your faith. I don't give a damn who you pray to. That's not gonna make me go left or right. And again, you're a brown man, and every opportunity you get, you try and undermine black struggle in this country. You try and undermine black people in this country. Again, Tony, if I'm a deal, hey, Doc, I don't need you doing this shit. I'd rather talk to a real white boy. I don't want to talk to no brown boy who cosplaying white men. If you don't think racism real, brown boy, I told you, I don't give a fuck. Stop trying to have conversations with me.
Not one argument made.
Go find your motherfucking tribe. How about that?
Not an argument made. Notice how he didn't respond to anything I said.
Don't make it personal.
Exactly, because you're a coward and you're stupid.
I know, arguing with no motherfucking coconut. He think he white.
Bro.
And you think you're smart.
So, but can I address the topic though?
Yeah, of course, because he can't address what I specifically
And I
said,
won't
he's a
address
coward.
you. You're a confused brown boy.
Yeah, because you don't have an answer. Just like the
You
rest
see
of
me
the
live
progressive-
every day. Request up and have a conversation. You
Well,
thought you
we're
found
right
me in a
here.
good
We're right
location
here.
to have it?
We're right
I'm not
here.
having it with you, brown boy, who don't
First of
think
all,
racism
I
is
don't even know
real.
who you are. I
Right,
just know that
okay,
you're in front of me
coconut.
right now.
Right,
You see,
I'm
you
not
see no
having it with
argument.
you.
That's still
I
not an
concede.
argument.
I concede. You got
Exactly.
it.
You're a
Not
coward.
talking to no motherfucking brown person who think racism
Yeah,
or black
exactly.
issues in America don't exist.
All
Take
right,
your
then just
motherfucking ass back
go ahead
south
and
of the
mute up and
border.
stay in your corner.
Take
Go
your
ahead and
funk
mute
ass
up.
back to
Let
Guatemala.
the big
Go
boy
back to
speak.
Tijuana.
Let the big boy speak. Then.
Take your ass back to Tijuana.
Let the big boy speak.
I don't want to have a conversation with you, fan. Stop trying to address me.
No, you can't have the conversation because you
Shut
don't
your
have an
fan.
answer.
You're a fan. I don't want to have a conversation with you.
okay.
Not an argument.
Somebody shut this boy up. I'm done with him.
Not an argument.
Hey man, Tony.
Yes.
He said he mentioned something about black people being incarcerated. Black America make up 13% of the population.
You got feedback, one of y'all.
That ain't me. Okay, we 13% of the population, but we 37% of people in prison, of the prison population. Overall, the incarceration rate for black people is 5 times that of white people. As far as the other thing concerned, black people is in prison 16.2 for black people compared to 2.5% for white people. The sentencing of black people make up 46% of those serving sentences of at least 10 years. Drug offenses, black Americans are 6 times more likely to be in prison for drug offenses than white Americans, despite similar rates of drug use. And you mentioned something about Joe Biden giving the black farmers money, because the reason why he did that, because black farmers were being discriminated against because they were getting turned down for loans that they were eligible for because they were black.
Oh, scrap.
So I don't understand how could you all be so blind at the fact if we keep bringing up things that's going on with black people, you have to acknowledge what's going on, and just because you acknowledge that, that don't mean you trying to play victim. You can't be blind to the fact that we living in a system that's built for people that don't look like us. So you
Same
can
time,
join
scrap.
hands
At the
and
same time,
kumbaya with these people all you want and take a chance
scrap
at
don't
it and
listen.
try
Scrap
it.
don't. I don't think scrap be
I
having a
don't.
phone by his ear. He just be talking
I
sometimes.
don't
Hold on, Dom. Can I
particularly
respond to
think.
him?
I don't
Hold on, after
particularly
shot. Let me
think.
just ask him one thing.
Go ahead, man.
Because he mentioned black. He mentioned black incarceration. At the same time, and I would argue that that is a result from past racist policies that we working through as a country to get by. We not 100% past them, but we damn sure like way further than we were. That's number one. And number two, that same study is not going to tell you that we have more black millionaires than we have in prison. Before Sydney told me that in my life, I would have never thought that. I wouldn't have put that on my life that we had more black millionaires than in prison. So at the same time,
Wait. Stop. You're telling me it's more black millionaires than there are black men in prison?
Where you
in this
find that at?
in this
Yeah,
country,
yeah,
yes.
that's
Where
crazy.
you find that at?
That's crazy a lot. That's a crazy lie.
Tell me where to find it, Dane.
Yeah. Show me where
Pull
that
that up and
stat
let me
is.
see it.
I mean, the question is that don't justify
I'm
us
about to
being
look the source up.
that don't
Yeah, well,
justify
that
people
because that's
being
nonsense. This
incarcerated.
absolutely
Hold
Because
on.
nonsense.
If I'm wrong, I'll be willing
I
to say
mean,
I'm
And
wrong.
what I'm
yeah,
saying, when I
even
speak,
if it's
when,
true, one second, fella, that don't justify us being wrongfully incarcerated. Just because we have that's not an equal trade off.
Something real quick. I
okay,
want to interject
But
something
that's
real
not
quick.
even true though. So it knocks down the whole
I would
premise
just
of
like
his
to
argument.
interject something real
But
quick.
here's the
I
thing.
guess
The
it's not my
question
live,
is,
and I don't even fucking matter that I'm fucking talking at all. I would like to interject something real quick. We were speaking. We were talking about. Casso brought up the incident at the hospital. And I looked it up. I remember that video. You were talking about the young black girl that was screaming like in pain, and the
Yeah,
nurse was just being all
yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
That's what you was talking about.
that's one of them. It's two
Yeah, I remember that
incidents.
shit. Yeah, I remember that. That shit pissed me the
Yeah,
hell off. But I'm just
It
letting you
made me.
know. I know it was two situations, right?
yeah.
I know in one of them, I'm looking here. It said that the hospital issued an apology and they fired the nurse and the doctor, just in case anybody was interested in knowing like what the how that culminated, but they were terminated. I'm gonna look into the other.
so Tony L, let me ask you this. If we found out about that, how many times you think that has happened and we haven't found out about it?
I'm not denying that happens. I know that shit happens.
Okay.
My
So
sister.
the question was, right? Why do black people
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, the
We
question
got 2
was
million black billionaires. I mean,
why
2
do
million black millionaires. Let me see how many. And that was in 2023. I'm looking it up. Hold on.
I don't think it's enough, Dame. There's almost 1,000 white billionaires. There's 28 million white millionaires, and
It
there's an
say
umpteenth amount,
1.79
and there's
million.
an umpteenth amount of white half a millionaires. I don't think y'all ask for enough as black people. Y'all look at what we've accomplished, and y'all look at
Stop
that and say,
asking
"Hey,
for shit.
again, man, y'all have to stop doing it when I make my statement, bro." It's like as soon as
We
I
request
get it,
that
dog. Like, damn, as soon as I start speaking, y'all just do this weird shit. Like, yeah,
No,
go ahead,
I
dog.
was just telling Aftershock
Not
that
you,
he could
Tony.
come back
Tony,
up.
this your shit, not you, bro. Go ahead, Mosi. You just had to interrupt me. Go ahead, Mosi. You
No,
got it, bro.
I wasn't interrupting you. I thought you was just making a quick comment, bro. You just talked for like 10 minutes
All
twice,
right, bro, you got
real
it.
quick. So let me say this: I'm not even going to respond to certain things. And this is not a brag. This is just real life talk. How many people on here been to prison in this chat right now? That's on
So
both
time.
channels. Yeah, anybody? I have, and you know what for? Because I was selling crack. You know when my mom and all my people was telling me not to do that shit, and I did it anyway. You know who put me in prison? Me.
Yep.
We keep talking about this mass incarceration. We need to stop doing mass crime. That we don't have to. Oh, the white man put crack and guns in the black community. We didn't have to pick that up. We make conversations like we're actually mad at the police for stopping people like me when I was doing it. I'm 50, 56 now. I was 18 years old. I was mad at the police because they were stopping me from selling dope to my own people. How crazy is that? I'm actually mad at the cops. I'm mad at the people that's protecting the people that I'm selling this shit to, the people that I'm having fun with out here on these
Good
streets.
talk though.
I'm mad at that. But I'm not mad at myself. I'm blaming everybody but me. And this is how we got mass incarceration. Because we don't want to take accountability. And I can say that because I was one of those people. We have to stop with the excuses. I
Okay,
get
so
that a lot of things, hold on, I'm not finished. I get a lot of things wasn't fair. Yes, certain things were designed to keep us back. But I don't say that it's a systematic racism. I say there was racist people within the system. And they used the power of the system to hold us back in certain situations. That didn't make the whole system racist. Because if it was, we wouldn't have as many black millionaires we have now. It may not be as many as it is in prison. We wouldn't have all this black success that we have right now. Casso would not be able to have done the things that he's done for black people that he mentioned earlier if this system was so racist. It would stop you at every turn. We
Yo,
make
don't
too many excuses.
don't say don't. Oh, I told y'all about that Coon and Sambo shit in the chat. That's the final warning.
Yeah.
And,
Hus,
and
I
real,
would like
There's
to go
stop.
hold
after
Well,
on,
hold
hold
on,
on.
hold
I'm gonna
on.
land.
Right.
I'm gonna land. I'm gonna land.
There's
I'm gonna
no
land.
system
I'm gonna
that's
land.
perfect. There's no system that's perfect. People are
All
gonna
right, I
slide through
gotta
the cracks
respond
on
to him.
any
He
system.
Hold
cut
on,
me
hold
off.
on, hold on, hold
Bro,
on.
you cut me off. I have to respond to you. I
Okay, go
have to
ahead.
respond to you. Mass incarceration did not start with rocks in the 80s. That's an absolute lie. Mass incarceration started immediately after slavery in America. We had vagrancy laws. We had loitering laws. You could be incarcerated in America for being a black man and walking down a road without a purpose. Where you going, boy? I don't know. I'm just taking a walk. You going to jail. Mass incarceration started way before you were born. So for you to even be in this space saying that mass incarceration started because of rocks, you are wildly
I
confused.
didn't say
We
that.
again, I want to finish it. We have been dealing with mass incarceration for 160 years. Now I have to level set it because you're pretending that we're of some sort of criminal element and we should do things that other communities haven't been able to do. When there's an opportunity for impoverished people to turn a profit, they're going to do it. The Irish and Italian people are the original gangsters in America. They created organized crime here in America. The mafiosos created organized crime in America. Tony, I know you wave your head when I tell the truth about white people. If we gonna call a spade a spade. White men created organized crime. They began
Hey,
selling
hey,
smugs. They began running
I didn't
numbers.
say what you
Hold
said to
on, give me a
the.
second. I'm gonna land here, bro. They began exploiting communities.
But you
They
just
begin.
pinpoint.
They begin. I
Look,
get it.
Mosey, please, brother, please.
God damn, y'all, you
Let me
niggas got
finish.
too much accountability for me.
Please.
Y'all have so much accountability. Y'all don't even want to listen to history. All y'all want to do is get on TikTok and hold black people
All right.
accountable.
Don't bellyache. Just go ahead, finish saying what you're saying, because I want to respond.
I'm recounting the history of this shit. White men started organized crime in America. Black people, we have a surplus of accountability. Stop this motherfucking lack of accountability shit with black people. It's stupid. White people started the criminal shit. Give them their credit.
Yeah. So the prompt though, or the question was, why do Democrats or why do black people vote Democratic, or
Why they
why
still
we
fighting for the Democrat?
right? Okay. So here's why. Because every single hate group in America, every single hate group, the neo-Nazis, the white supremacists, the Triple K, every last one of them vote Republican. So why would I stand with them? Not only that, but in Congress and the Senate, there's 55 people of color, black people that have elected positions. In the Republican Party, it's 2. Why would I go to the party where I have absolutely no representation? Nobody that looks like me, thinks like me, or has the ethnicity or history that I have is represented in the Republican Party. Why would I go over there and try to cater to them when they obviously don't give a damn about me? When the president gets elected, there's only one position in his cabinet that's for black people, and that's urban development, or HUD, and that position, it comes with a caveat that you have to cut the funding for that. So why would any self-respecting black man go and vote Republican or turn away from the Democrats, where at least you are represented there and you have the opportunity to have some impact with people who are elected and have the power that can do something?
Yeah,
Because
but
me,
Because we let me respond to that.
hold on, but
Shit,
where's
that's
the
it.
opportunity? Where does the
start making
opportunity
themselves
gotten you?
believe
Hold on,
that
Scrap.
they don't need
Where's the
Scrap, hold on,
representation.
opportunity?
Scrap, hold on.
Where has the opportunity for you to serve with the Democratic Party gotten you? You are still talking about medical apartheid. You are still talking about the oppression of the black community. You are still sitting here saying that wages are unfair. You are still sitting here saying that white men rule everything. You have been voting for the Democratic Party for the last 70 years and nothing has changed. You just
That's
sat
a
here.
lie.
You just
That's
said
a lie.
no. That is
Nothing
no.
has
It's not.
changed.
No, it's
We
not.
just
No, it's
had
not.
we just had
You
a
just said,
black
excuse
president.
me, sir. Excuse
No.
me, sir.
We just had a black
Excuse me, sir.
president create the
Excuse me,
Affordable
sir.
Care Act.
Excuse me. You can sit here and say it all day long, but you literally, I've been listening to you all this entire time. This is exactly what you just said. I'm going to also point out something. When Aftershock brought up an excellent point when he talked about the money going to the black farmers, there's a remedy through the DOJ that they could actually sue the USDA and get billions of dollars. What they chose to do is give a one-time payment that only gave between $10,000 and $50,000 to black farmers. That is a slap in the face, given the fact that we had 2 Supreme Court cases that gave them over $2.2 billion.
Yep.
Okay? That is a slap in the face. Joe Biden did that. Okay? So you want to sit here and talk about, well, you know, Joe Biden did it for us because that we were being discriminated against. It was your own government that was doing it, and then your own government turned around and slapped you in the face and only gave you $10,000. It's because the Democratic Party historically can get away with giving you the bare minimum to shut you the hell up for 4 years until you start screaming about something else to give it to you again. And I can give you those raw numbers. You can look at the Inflation Reduction Act. It was $2.2 billion in direct payments, right? You could receive up to $500,000, but most black farmers only got $10,000. Between $10,000 and $50,000.
How much the white Republicans?
You can
Exactly.
actually
How much did the Republicans give?
How much did the white Republicans?
Yeah, how much did the Republicans
all
give?
three of you, I understand that all three of you collectively
when
share
the
a brain cell,
Republicans
but I'm not
gave zero.
done.
How
I
much
am
did
not
the
done.
white Republicans?
I am
give
not
the
You
done.
should be because
I'm
you
not done,
talking
gentlemen.
about
All three
Let
of
her
you
land,
can
let her
actually share a
land.
collective brain
Hey,
cell to try
don't
to
come with the
combat me because
insults.
it's
Don't
not
come
going
with
to
the
work.
insults now.
You can also look at the IRA. I'm sorry, but if I get talked over by 3 men,
I want you to keep it respectful.
I'm sorry, I am being respectful. Don't
Right.
talk over me.
Right,
and
don't
you
be a
won't get it.
Mississippi mammy.
So
Don't
let
be
me
a
finish.
mammy.
Let me
Can
finish
you
saying
make
what I
your
said, because I can
point?
just mute you. I have
Can
the
you
power
make
to
your
do
point,
that.
though?
I can mute you. So just be quiet while I talk. The IRA distressed borrowers relief. It was $3.1 billion for borrowers that were struggling with USDA backed loans. They got $3.1 billion from that. The ARPA, subsection 1005, which was in 2021, that was $4 billion that Congress wanted to appropriate. Mind you, the Republican Congress wanted to appropriate to cancel over 120% in USDA loan balances for the, quote, socially disadvantaged farmers that included black farmers. The courts enjoined it, and then Congress later replaced it with that broader IRA remedies. So they actually took money away, okay? When the Republican Congress wanted to make sure that you had more money, the Democrats took it away. Second to that, the Pickford settlements, 1999, and then also in 2000, I'm sorry, in 2010, ultimately paid $1.6 billion in cash taxes and debt relief to 22,000 claimants. That's way more than $10,000 and $50,000 apiece. So again, if you're going to sit here and preach that we should support the Democratic Party as Republicans, I would much rather you just tell me you hate me to my face instead of turning around and just giving me table scraps and then every 4 years turn around and try to give you something else to shut you up. This is exactly what Lyndon Baines Johnson told you in 1960 when he sat there and said, we got to give these niggas something so that they would shut the fuck up for the next 60 years because they're going to vote for us. And that's exactly what you motherfuckers have been doing for the last 60 years. You've been voting for a party that gives you table scraps because you don't know your rights. You don't know your legal remedy. You don't understand that it's Democrats that are just giving you handouts.
Okay, we heard
Republicans
you.
are telling you, hey, I can lead you to the water. I can't make you drink it, but you can do this on your own. Why? Because you're not incapable of doing it. Casso, you talked about how resilient black people were, but yet you can't even work through the resilience of understanding your rights. And then you're arguing with me. You're arguing with me about why the Democratic Party has changed so much in the last 60 years. Stop it. You guys don't have any facts.
She just
All
for 10 minutes straight.
I want to answer a simple question and I'm done. How much did the white Republican presidents give black farmers?
The white Republicans don't need to give. I'm answering your question. They don't have to give you anything because black people don't need handouts.
Right. This is why I like to
respond. You've
Right.
got to stop asking the government for handouts.
Right.
You shouldn't trust either side.
Okay.
Honestly,
I heard everything
we shouldn't
you said.
trust
Love.
either side.
Love. I heard everything you said.
You know why? Because
Again,
if you go to a
My
white
God.
Republican and ask them for something, they're not going to give it to you.
you.
But if you go to a white Democrat, they're going to give it to you plus
I
some,
get it.
and then
Stop,
spit in your
stop
face
begging.
and not
Stop
give you what you actually need.
So
I
when
get
You
it.
just stop it.
she's right, they don't
I get
want
it.
to hear right.
Doc,
Wow.
Doc, you gotta let me
hold on.
respond.
You want to
Okay, so
demonize
I
Republicans
wanted to
so
Again,
bad.
it's
Why don't you
so
try
I
being
wanna
one
talk.
for one
Dr.
day?
Shee's
So white Republican presidents
I am
been good.
so glad I got all three of you that
White
triggered.
Republican, you don't have me anything.
You did.
You just going
All
on
three,
the
you
tirade.
started talking over each other.
Again,
You
white,
couldn't combat
okay,
what I said.
love, okay.
No,
all
we
right.
we
Just combat
can't
what I
combat
said.
what you said because
All
you
right,
won't
I
shut
get
up
it.
for a